Swole Simmers, my name is Darth Jaswick and welcome back to my channel. Today we're building an Oasis Springs on the Granada Place lot. It's a 30 by 20 lot and I've got some of it started already. We've got our shell here, we've got like a fake garage going on. The weird window situation is just something we're gonna have to ignore on the back of the house. It doesn't look as pretty, but it kind of works that way. Just kind of had to be like that because of the shape of the building. I didn't really know how to fix it and make it look any better. So if you do download this and you fix it, let me know. I would love to see it. Right now I'm just adding in some windows from the My Wedding Stories stuff pack. We also have like a door from the movie Hangout kit. I really like this door and it kind of matches with the wood that we have on the windows, so I thought it went well. Right now I'm just getting in some Jungle Adventures tile wallpaper for the kitchen. I really like the design on this wallpaper. It's like kind of like flowery almost. And it has a matching tile from the base game, so I'm just going to put that in the bathroom and the kitchen. And then I used a different wallpaper for the bathroom this time. It's from Jungle Adventures still, it's just a different one of them. In the kitchen I'm going to be using these base game counters and then the matching cabinets. I'm also going to use the Jungle Adventure appliances. I really like the stove and the refrigerator from that pack, so we're going to use those in like these bright orange colors. I really love the orange. It really matches with the tile that we have here. For the dining room table, I'm using the small round one from Cottage Living and a couple of chairs from the base game also. I don't think I've ever used these chairs, especially in this swatch, like this orange swatch. I'm going to use a couple of the Jungle Adventure plants here in the corner, and then a few plants from the For Rent pack, and then also a little centerpiece from My Wedding Stories also. I don't really use the centerpiece from My Wedding Stories that often, but it looks really good in here with the white and the red flowers with a little bit of orange. I'm also going to add in these copper pans from Horse Ranch, as well as these Eco Lifestyle like oil jars. I'm not really sure what's in them. There's just like sprigs of parsley or rosemary or something sticking out of them, so I'm just going to put them in the kitchen. Then I'm also adding in our upper cabinets and then a trash can because I tend to forget the trash can if I don't put it in right when I'm like thinking about it. And then your sim has to like walk all the way outside to throw away their trash in the outdoor bin, and that's just not convenient, so I wanted to put it in the trash can while I was thinking about it. I'm also hanging up some aprons and a few of the like fruit poster boards. It's not like a poster, it's more like a wood sign. I'm also swapping out our kitchen sink and the stove because I wanted to have this big hood vent and I couldn't see out the window, and I wanted to be able to see out the window because it brings in, more natural light. For the floors in the living room, I ended up going with this base game tile that's actually one of the ones that just got an update recently, and they added a bunch of new swatches, and this is just like one of the swatches, and it matches the stairs, which I really like. I'm also going to add in the new Party Essentials record player because I have been putting it in pretty much every single build that I've done lately. It's just a really cool object. I like the decorations that come with it and like the little clutter items that come on the shelf. I'm using a base game TV stand and a base game wall-mounted TV, as well as a Growing Together couch, and the chairs are actually from Horse Ranch, but they do match the Growing Together couch. I spent a lot of time readjusting the living room because I wasn't sure if your Sims would be able to get through the little pathway behind the couch and the little accent table, but in the end it ended up being fine because I still had a lot of space here in the living room, and I was able to just move everything forward a little bit. And I test all my builds anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. I say that like every single time that I'm like worried about Sims being able to walk through or pathfind. I do worry about it a lot because I don't want your Sims to like get stuck, and then like if you're not experienced at building, you don't know what they're stuck on, because sometimes the little pop-ups like don't show up and say like what they're trying to get past that they can't get past. Like, for example, the house in Strangerville that's just like a plane crash and then like an underground bunker, it's not functional because there's too much clutter on the counters. I should really go in and like do a build of that. I've been watching the TV show Fallout lately and I love it. It's a really great show, and I've also downloaded Fallout 4 and kind of started playing it. I haven't gotten very far in it because I have been trying to record a lot of Sim stuff, but I have kind of been wanting to do an underground bunker lately, and that little plane crash is like the perfect spot for it because it's a pretty big lot. I think it's like a 40 by 30 lot, so we can make like a huge bunker. I wanted to wait till the very end until I did the garage because it always takes me a really long time to search through all the debug menu, and I still had a few clutter things that I wanted to put in the lower part of the house, but I didn't want to have to search through all the added stuff from debug that gets added to the menu. but I'll add a car and make it look more realistic. And then I also swapped out the door from the Snowy Escape door to a door from For Rent that's not actually a door, it's just like a fake door, but to me it looks more like a garage door than the one from Snowy Escape does, and it's not functional because we have a foundation, so it makes perfect sense. I mean, I guess it doesn't really make sense because cars in general aren't functional in The Sims, but it does look good. But for now, I'm just going to add a woodworking table in here as well as an easel in the living room just so your Sims can paint. Moving on up to the bedrooms though, I have this smaller room that I'm going to decorate as a teens room. So we'll have a Dream Home Decorator bed and this university desk and chair. We didn't really have room for a computer downstairs, so I put a laptop in the teens room, and then I added a little university lamp. This rug is from Cats and Dogs, and it comes in like a yellowish orangey swatch, and I really liked the color of it, so I added it in here. I also gave them some books. I gave her the little megaphone thing from high school years for cheer, and then a pencil cut from the base game, as well as some glasses. The sim that I'm using to test this doesn't have glasses, but I figured they could just use them as like blue light glasses for being on the computer. I gave her the pegboard from the Pastel Pop Kit so she can hang up postcards, and then a mirror from the kids stuff pack, I want to say. I also have a matching dresser in here from high school years. It matches pretty well with the wood from the Dream Home Decorator bed, so I'm not mad at it. We also have a little watermelon backpack. For the master bedroom, I'm just using this base game bed and then a matching dresser from Jungle Adventure. The woods don't really match that well, but if you don't really look too hard, then you can't really tell. I was going to use one of the side tables from Jungle Adventure too, but then I ended up just using one of the ones from the base game because it matches the bed a little bit better, and then I ended up just using some clutter on it. Oh my gosh, there are people like speeding past my house right now. I live on a dirt road, and like I normally don't notice when people are driving past my house, but like they were going so fast that I couldn't help but notice. Usually people drive pretty slow because of how much dust the road kicks up when you're driving, but oh well. Oh my gosh, speaking of driving down the road, the other day I was on my way to drop my son off at the babysitter, and there was a person driving on the opposite side of the road in my lane and didn't move until like the very last second. I was so scared. Oh my gosh, I don't know why people do that. Like, this isn't chicken. We're not playing chicken here. Get on your side of the road. This isn't a game. And they were probably doing like 70 or 80 miles an hour on a 55 mile an hour road. Like, I had to physically stop in the middle of the road, and then they finally went around me. I was like, are you absolutely kidding me right now? Like, my kid is in the car, and I don't mess around. Like, I don't speed. I follow all the rules of the road. Like, I try to be as safe as possible, and then there's this person just head on. The only other time that has happened to me is when my ex-boyfriend was driving my car and we hit black ice and went through a median on the highway and up onto the other side of the road, like onto the oncoming traffic, and then back through the median and got stuck there because the median was like probably 10 or 15 feet deep. He was able to get the car back into the median before any oncoming cars came even close to us. Like, this guy got so close. Like, I'm talking like maybe one car length away from my car. I was terrified. I thought he was going to hit us head on. And on top of that, my kid was in the car, so that makes it even more terrifying. Okay, I have to move on from that subject because it just makes me so upset. We're gonna move on to the backyard though. I'm just putting in this base game fence. Sims that I built this house for have a significant amount of money because they're a celebrity, so I wanted to make sure that they had all the amenities that they were used to in Del Sol Valley. I'm going to add a few base game loungers here. I'll add an umbrella in just a second from, I think, Seasons. We also have one from For Rent that I like to use a lot. I also added a few pool lights and a ladder. I tend to forget to add pool lights and a ladder. Sims are smart enough now that they can just like climb out of the side of the pool. They don't have to like have a ladder, which is unlike some of the older Sims games where you have to have a ladder or your Sim will drown. Now you have to put like a fence around the pool and it's like a whole big deal. Not that I'm suggesting that you do that, but it is available as an option. On the back porch, I thought I would add a bigger dining room table just in case they have more Sims over, and then a grill just so they can make bigger bulk items of food. I was really trying not to use a lot of packs. I still ended up using about 20 packs for the whole build, but a lot of it is base game. On this little grass part of the backyard, I added a monkey bar set, but I ended up removing it because we have a teenager in the house, so we don't need monkey bars. So I set it up as a backyard bar area with a little dance floor and some pretty lights. But as I get into the landscaping here, I just want to say thank you for 138 followers. I know that doesn't seem like a lot to some people, but it is a lot to me, and I really appreciate every single one of you. But that is all for today's speed build. We should be getting to the tour in just a few moments, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button because it really helps out. I try to upload a couple videos a week, so subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification every time I post a new video. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you all in the next video. Dag dag!